One way isn't the only way. My way might not be your way. Your way may not be my way. And that's okay as long as we're moving towards betterment, as long as we're treating each other with kindness and respect and understanding. And sometimes, if not all the time, that takes courage, whether you're working on yourself or whether you're starting to open the door to others. Today is a new day. I am Nikki G, your host. Welcome to the Lone Doctrine, a safe space to bridge the gap between your authentic self and your mental health. We are your food for thought exploration station in order to make today better than yesterday. Hello and welcome back to the end of the month as we wrap up our topic of the month, and that is building our courage muscle. We've been talking about not just the different perspectives of how we see life and how we get through hardships, but also how we can practice building up that muscle, because courage is kind of the precursor to everything we approach in life. And we have this misconception that we're either born with lots of courage and we're this valiant knight, and we have all these fantasy kind of stories that are built around having courage and being a hero and all these kind of things, which are great. Don't get me wrong. I love those stories, but it can also build a lot of self-doubt. It could also build just this too high of an expectation that if we aren't a superhero, then we're not courageous at all. And that couldn't be more incorrect. We all have courage. And sometimes, depending on where you live, who you are, how you identify, you might need a little bit more or a different type of courage to get through your everyday and to really, really express your true self. So, in wrapping up this month, I just wanted to remind you that you are important, that your truth is important. And building that courage muscle, however you possibly can, is important. Now, if you're wondering, well, how do I build up that muscle, quote, quote, I want you to go back to the previous episodes all month long because they all kind of string together. And I am a very big advocate of finding practical skills that we can do every day to build these things up. Now, it's not this miraculous change. Sometimes we have those changes in life where we have that epiphany or we have that clarity and it's like, oh, all of this all of a sudden makes sense. What I am saying is that these things should become a way of life. To create a lifestyle of consistently filling your cup, consistently being open to the lessons life is giving you, and the willingness and sometimes the humility to keep growing. One way isn't the only way. My way might not be your way. Your way may not be my way. And that's okay as long as we're moving towards betterment, as long as we're treating each other with kindness and respect and understanding. And sometimes, if not all the time, that takes courage, whether you're working on yourself or whether you're starting to open the door to others. And I want you to continue to open that door because we are better together. We live in a world that's becoming so polarizing that we're forgetting what creates the essence of just being human and having this one precious life to give. Imagine how much better life and the world would be if we could accept each other's differences and lift each other up instead of pushing each other down. It takes a lot of courage to stand up to somebody that's pushing someone else down. And it takes a lot of courage to have the patience to understand that those who are spreading hate, those who are pushing each other down, are the ones actually that are hurting the most. They may not even want to hear that. They may want to deny it. And they may deny it to the end of time. But it's up to us. It's up to you to continue to fill your cup, to continue to work on these skills so you have the strength and the steadfast to be that powerful person that spreads the knowledge of peace. Trust me, I've been in these positions time and time again, and unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't always go the way I hope it will, but with a massive amount of patience and a massive amount of courage, I stay steady in the course. And I will admit that sometimes it takes a long time. And sometimes it takes a long time with the people that are closest to us. And sometimes it takes even longer when it comes to ourselves. Personal development, mental health, betterment, all these words that you hear all the time, even courage and wisdom, and all of these things are a part of our everyday. It's not necessarily this end destination. It's something we want to encompass in our everyday lives in order to fill our lives with joy and happiness and awesomeness and adventure and understanding and willingness and growth always. Because if we see these things as an end destination, if we see them as, well, I have to get here and I need to get here, and if I'm not there, then I'm not good enough, then we're going to end up in this vicious cycle of never feeling worthy enough to be who we are and to live a very fulfilling and healthy life. So I want to encourage you to realize that these things create longevity. These things you may not even notice are creating a change in you for the better. We're so used to this quick fix. Well, what can I do to become more courageous? Like right now. Right now. Do you have a superpower? Can I take something? Can I go do something and then everything's going to change? Can I get hypnotized? We want that quick fix, but that quick fix, more often than not, is temporary. We want something that has longevity. We want to build these skills up so they become second nature, so they become part of our value system, so they become part of our character, so they become something we're not just acting out, but something that we genuinely feel and genuinely comes to us and genuinely is expressed out to the world. So no matter how you identify, no matter what you're facing, courage is a part of all of us. And building that muscle makes the world a better place because courage branches out to so many different things. It branches out to understanding, to acceptance, to patience, to willingness, to better listening skills, to less stress, to less judgment, to all of these things that make everybody's lives much, much better. So I'm going to keep it short today in hoping that you'll go back to the beginning of the month and go through these episodes and just keep an open mind and allow them to resonate how you feel they resonate, and to continue to move forward and use these skills to be a better you. That may sound like I'm judging you when I just said that, and the judgment on myself can be quite harsh at times, but what I mean by that is not that you're not a good person, not that you're not better already. Betterment should be a way of everyone's lives every day. And I have to remind myself of that. I have to knock myself down a few pegs and realize that I don't know everything. I am not the end all be all. And I have to stay just as open, or I need to practice what I preach in order to continue being the best I can possibly be. So maybe that's a better way of putting it. Work towards being the best you can be every single day. When you are met with hardships, when you are met with defiance, when you are met with toxic emotions, when you are met with contradictions or some sort of judgment, those are opportunities to be a better human being. Look at it, face it, be patient with it, listen to others, listen to yourself, and keep fighting the good fight.